known as Desilu, the studio that Lucille Ball and her husband created.
I don't think people realize what a financial genius wizard Lucille Ball was to actually
Unbelievable.
buy sound stages and rent them to her own producers
Yeah.
to put her show on
Yeah.
television. Is like the all-time mafia
Yeah.
move of
Yeah.
all time. That
Yeah.
ditzy redhead turned out to out-earn everyone in show business.
Yes, that's true.
And Jackie Gleason, going back, was obsessed with being the highest paid performer.
I didn't know that.
It was an obsession with him.
Wow.
So Lucille Ball would make, say, $2 million to do X, Y, and Z, and they would come to him and say 2.1, and he would sign, not realizing that she had such intelligence to do all that. When he did Smokey and the Bandit, is when they first started doing back ends on deals, and they explained to him, you'll only get this amount up front, but then when it goes overseas, you'll make X, Y, and Z. And the famous quote was, I don't want to go through anybody's checkbook, pal. You get me as much as you can up front. We'll leave it at that.
Right.
Got paid $100,000. He would have made $16 million.
Wow.
But he just wanted the money up front.
Right.
You
What
auditioned to be Fonzie,
I auditioned to be Fonzie.
and you going in, a young Jewish
I
boy
auditioned
to-
for most of what I do.
Yeah.
I've never not
Royal
except that
Pains?
Royal Pains. I had a breakfast with the two producers, Andrew and Michael Rausch.
Do you shoot that out in the Hamptons?
No, but around the Hamptons.
what a
It's
great gig.
Hampton Light.
You must love it. Like Sag
It-
Harbor.
Well, I
size.
love it because
Gatsby-ish.
I love the people,
Yeah.
and it's written very well.
It is written very
Yeah.
well. But I mean, to me, if you're going to shoot in LA, it's like, all right, there's certain places you like shooting more than others, and you got to do downtown at 5 in the morning.
Yeah.
That kind of stinks. But if you're going to go out of town, let's see, do I want to go to Houston in the summertime, or do I want to go to the Hamptons?
Yeah, Houston mostly is fried foods.
Yes.
Yeah,
Hamptons, you get to meet Ina from the Food Network.
you do.
Don't tell Jeffrey. Do you watch her show?
I do.
The Barefoot Contestant?
Yeah, well, my wife does.
I love
My
it.
wife loves watching you, as a matter of fact, on the Bravo show.
Watch What Happens Live?
Yeah.
Well, your wife, that I dig her. That's
Yeah.
nice. That makes me happy. There's certain things that make me very happy when people like say, "I like you from," because people come up to me and go, "Jerry Maguire." I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
Or
But
Jim
you also
Rome show or picture.
but you worked with a good friend of mine, or a wonderful acting partner, Paula Marshall.
Paul's great.
Paul
On
is
Gary
great.
Unmarried, we did 2 years.
Yeah.
And we got canceled, and now every other show on TV is getting the exact same rating we
Yeah.
had when
Yeah.
we got canceled.
Absolutely.
It was a weird night for television. Wednesdays on CBS, it was Old Adventures of New Christine, then Gary Unmarried, then Criminal Minds, which I never understood who the demographic was. Sitcom, serial killers.
Right.
It's the perfect night for enjoy. Sit back, relax, make these people just laugh.
No.
And then Agent Hotchner is going to have a serial killer murder his wife.
Yeah. But you know what? That's
the perfect
that's
night.
not a bad show.
What?
That Criminal Minds.
It's one of my favorite shows.
Yeah.
I'm saying to pair those two sitcoms on the
I
same
understand. I
evening
know what you
is
meant.
very bizarre.
Yeah, I didn't know
So
how to
you
answer
auditioned
that,
to
so
be
I went to.
Fonzie.
Yes, I did.
Okay. And now, when you went in, it was probably all Italian guys. Arthur Fonzarelli.
No, they were all people I had seen on television.
All right.
Okay,
Blow us
they were,
away.
everybody was there, and they were. Oh my gosh, I watched him and Mickey Dolenz, and he was Circus Boy and the Monkeys, and they were all there.
Mickey Dolan. That's
And
good.
I
give
walked
Give
in.
us some more. This is really good. This is really good, Henry.
And then
Give us a couple other names that we would
I don't
know.
remember.
All
I don't
right.
remember because
He's good.
I
Don't
was
remember.
so.
Good old what's his name?
I was so nervous.
Well, of course.
Then I walked in. I had hair down to my shoulders.
Really?
Yeah, and
Dirty hippie.
I got the part.
And do you remember what the audition pages were?
Yes, there were only 6 lines, and one of them was, "Hey, next time, Richie, let me do that for you," or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Fonz was the pillar of cool.
He was.
And what's interesting
Well,
is
I don't like to say he was. He is.
he
because,
still is. Oh,
yeah,
there's no doubt about it.
You know.
But what's interesting is his flaws,
Mm-hmm.
the things that the writers wrote for Arthur Fonzarelli to make him human,
Yeah.
are almost make him an anti-hero. He couldn't say he was sorry.
No, I'm.
Yeah.
Or I'm rude.
And he couldn't say I'm wrong.
I'm so. You know what? Let me just. I'm rude.
Did you ever wish that you could just have a scene and go like, you know what? I'll win the Emmy. You were nominated what, 3 times? 4
I
times?
never won.
But you were nominated like 4
I
times
was.
for an Emmy.
Yeah.
You probably would have won if they just had that one very special Happy Days where the Fonz goes, Richie, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well, I cried.
Yes, you
Cried a
did.
couple of times.
But you never rode a motorcycle.
I never rode a motorcycle. I rode it once up the driveway in the opening credits.
Scared the hell out of you.
Then they took me off it, and that was that.
Any Asian people audition for the Fonz? Did you see
No.
any Asians?
No, only for Arnold.
Hey, for Arnold.
Yeah.
And
Pat
there was two
Morita.
Arnolds, Pat Morita, and then the
Al Molinaro.
Al Molinaro, who's also, I think he was also on The Odd Couple.
He
sometimes,
was.
right?
He
a
was
neighbor.
Murray the
Murray
Cop.
the Cop.
Yeah.
That's right. And he used
He
to
was
say,
funny.
How is the fish? Not so good, Al. Yep.
He is still alive. I'm not able to get in touch with him. I tried, but I haven't spoken to him in quite a while.
Do you know where he is? We could probably facilitate
I don't
this.
know where he is.
Really?
He's somewhere in California. Molinaro.
So anybody listening on Twitter at Henry Winkler,
If H Winkler for real.
H
REAL.
Winkler, that's your rap name too. By
Yes.
coincidence. H Winkler for real.
But I love Twitter. I am a Twitterholic.
At H Winkler for real. Listen, we need to find Al Molinaro. Is that correct?
Molinaro.
Molinaro, the guy that played Al, and
Yeah.
Murray the Cop. This could happen, Henry, because we had a guest, Ryan Sickler, who, when he was in high school, there was Olympic Korean twin ping pong players in his
Wow.
high school.
Wow.
And he's like, I don't know whatever happened to the Coe brothers. And then people on Facebook and then on YouTube sent him, like, he was in a competitive ping pong league in, like, Albany. Like, just a 40-year-old Korean just playing ping
Wow.
pong. So we'll find Al Molinaro
Okay.
for you. I
All right.
guarantee it.
Okay.
So when you wrote the book without Lynn Oliver, I've
Yes.
never met an idiot on the river.
Right.
What was your is just because
Well, you know what? First, I was going to do a book of photographs because I enjoy taking photographs. Now,
is that a pike? In your
that
hands?
is a trout.
What kind of trout?
It is a brown trout.
It's the largest brown trout I've ever seen
No,
in my
the
life.
the largest
I thought it
brown
was a
trout
pickerel.
I caught in Argentina.
Really?
That is 2 pounds. The one in Argentina is 15.
Really?
Mhm.
This is a 2-pound trout?
Yeah,
You have very small hands, apparently.
I do.
I was going to say, because this thing looks
Yeah.
enormous.
I have.
But I don't believe that you've never met an idiot on the river. It's
No,
safe to say you
as
met
fly
most of-
fisher people are not idiots.
No.
Fly fisher people are amazing human beings.
Is that because you have to get into an Eastern, totally
Not
relaxed
Eastern. Well, Zen. Yes, it's
Yeah.
very Zen.
mindset?
Yes. Though,
Patience.
Yes. If you are on the water, if you're in the water, if you're near the water, if you're approaching the water, the sound of that water, it's like a washing machine for your brain.
What percentage of the times have you gone fishing and come home with nothing?
Oh, I would have to say 5% of the time.
Really?
Yeah.
Mine's probably 85%.
But I never take a fish out of the river. I catch them, take a picture, and then put them back.
catch and release.
Catch and release.
You have to.
Gotta.
But there's some fish that guys catch that they get so angry. Like in salt water, if you catch like a sea robin, you get so mad you just throw it in the garbage on the boat. Like you
I don't
won't
know
even-
what that is.
It's just like a nasty. There's some freshwater fish. I remember fishing in the Netcong River with my dad in Bud Lake and Lake Apacong as a kid, and guys would reel
And
in.
where was this?
In New Jersey.
New Jersey.
Guys would reel in.
Didn't that sound like, I swear that sounded like Vietnam.
Well, it was the Netcong
What-
Delta.
Yes.
Yeah, Colonel Kurtz. Once we got Colonel Kurtz squared away, my
Unbelievable.
father and I
Then you went
came-
fishing with him.
PBR Street Gang. We all disassembled.
You took one of those PT boats.
We did.
Yeah.
We did take a with John Kerry.
Yeah.
And but we would fish, and
He wants
remember-
to be Secretary of State now.
John Kerry.
Mhm.
Why not?
Yeah.
He's got big shoes to fill.
He does.
She's doing tremendous.
She could be one of the best diplomats we've ever had.
Why is? Oh, real quick. There was a fish that guys would catch, freshwater.
Yeah.
I don't know what kind it was, but when they caught it, they would throw it over their shoulders. into
it
the
could have been a
woods.
whitefish.
A whitefish.
It's called a whitefish.
Seems a little racist.
Yeah, no. It's a good salad fish.
But why do
You know,
they just
whitefish.
throw it away?
Sunday morning you have like a bagel ox and a whitefish
Oh,
salad.
like in the deli, the whitefish.
Hello.
But why do you remove it from the river?
Because it's not a game fish, so people don't like it. It gets in their way.
What if he's playing Monopoly as you catch it?
That's
and-
really a drag, isn't it?
What-
to
is
take him
then-
away from the game.
Is it then a game
He's
fish?
just gotten Boardwalk.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
So you auditioned. How long after you auditioned for Fonzie did they tell you that you've gotten the part of Fonzie?
I was only in California for a month So it must have been a week or two later.
Really?
Yeah.
And did you know at the time that this was like
Not the slightest idea. We made the pilot.
yeah.
They told me to go to my mirror and comb my hair. And I said, I can't do that because I promised myself I wouldn't. They said, no, no, no. The producers wrote it. You have to do it. And that's when I came up with almost combing my hair and then going, wow, I don't have to because it's perfect.
But why did you put your foot down? I draw the line on combing my hair.
No, because when I got my my second job in Hollywood, I wasn't about to put my foot down. My foot didn't have a lot of sound to it at that time.
Very soft feet.
Yeah, very soft.
I think that walk softly.
Yeah. No, I was grateful.
So but you had to cut your hair. You said your hair was down here for the.
Well, yeah, I cut my hair, and they also plucked my eyebrows.
Really?
I had a unibrow.
You must thought you were being like inducted into
That
the
hurt.
gay army. Like what's
No,
happening? Haircuts and plucked eyebrows.
I didn't think gay.
My father was right.
I only thought
I can't tell the boys from the girls.
I'm in pain. Oh, I want to slow up on them. I only thought pain.
And how many years did Happy Days run?
10.
Okay, here's my question
Yes.
revolving the Cunningham family.
Yes.
Which you were a sort of a foster family.
Yes, that's true.
You were
Yes, I was a welfare
a
stamp.
satellite.
Yes.
Of the family.
Yes.
Sort of.
A satellite.
Howard
Yes.
and Marion.
Yes.
She's a redhead.
Yes.
He is, so they have Chuck, who we know is upstairs sleeping.
Right.
But sort of fair. Looks,
Right.
like Death of a Salesman, sort of like Hap. Very, almost red hairish.
Yes.
Richie.
Richie.
Ginger, red hair, freckles.
Right.
Suddenly, this young Latina girl, Joni, shows up. How does Joni get? I'm sure Erin Moran is a terrific gal, but how do they go like
Recessive gene.
redhead, super dark gal?
Yeah. Yeah, because she was the cutest girl that came in the audition room.
Really?
Yeah, probably.
It just came down to actually the most talented person.
Yeah, the cutest.
You know what I hear a lot?
What?
You gave the greatest audition we had ever seen.
No.
And I'm like, really? Then why is Anthony Mackie filming a movie in Puerto Rico right now and I'm in my garage? Not this time. I said it a month ago.
But let me ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
So you're really good at auditioning, but not good at getting the job?
I don't know what the difference is. What's the difference between having the best audition?
Do you say anything that is pejorative to anybody?
You, my friend, have just hit the nail on the head.
So
My manager sits there and goes, "You always say that one extra sentence that gets you in trouble, man." So I don't think in the last 3 years that I have done that.
But now, do you think did you build a reputation already? Are you a troublemaker? Are you known as a troublemaker?
No, I'm very high energy and to the point where I can be very exhausting to be. I'm very on all the time. But I think
At home too?
No, it's like a monastery in there. If I acted like that, you've been in my home.
Yeah.
If I acted like this in there, I'd be committed.
Yes.
It's a very sacred
Yeah.
place.
It's a very white, very soothing place.
Sounds a little racist.
No, I'm talking about the color.
Oh, the
not,
walls.
Yes, not skin.
All right. You didn't find my hood.
Huh?
You didn't find my hood, I hope.
No.
Okay.
I didn't.
So yes, I think I
don't even know how to answer that.
Oh, don't even worry. It's nonsense talk on my
Wow.
part. When I audition,
Do you think everybody, all 300,000, are still listening?
Oh yeah, this is great.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All
We've
right.
had clunkers.
Yeah.
2.
2.
I'll tell you off air who they were.
Okay.
But when I audition, my whole thing is
so. That is so diplomatic. I'll tell you off air.
yeah. Well, I'm not going to air them out.
No,
They
believe
might
me.
get hotter than shit on some program, and I'll be like,
Oh,
"Hey,
I'd like you
come
back. Yeah.
You were so great last time.
Yeah.
If you came back, it would make us look like we had heat.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
We could take some of your heat and
Okay.
act like it's our heat.
Our heat.
Yeah, no. My whole thing when I go into audition is being a comedian. I always want to make the room laugh, make everybody at ease.
Right.
And then my mindset always used to be: the longer I'm in here, the more I've mind fucked everybody waiting, because they're like, "Oh,
Really?
my God, he's been in there so long," and all I hear is them laughing.
Oh, wow.
Because I remember sitting in the room, and I love hearing the other people act because
Right.
it helps me memorize the lines.
Right.
And I go, okay, I think I'm better than that. I think I'm okay. I'm okay. Because you don't know
Right.
how it is until you get it up and running.
Right.
And you hear some guy going, like, "Hey, Richie, I'll fix that for you," and you're like, "Wow, this guy stinks. I'm better than that." But then you go in and they're like, so you're a comic? And you go, yeah, I just got back from Kansas City. Heavy town. Maybe mix in a salad. Maybe don't put butter on your steak. And then they're all laughing and laughing, and you realize, well, I can hear this guy talking. I know everybody behind me can hear them laughing.
Right.
So then my whole game was, if I could just get like one more story, like something like, Henry, I know you wrote, it's hard to write. Gertrude Stein said, it takes a heap of loafing to